So when you have the appearance panel open, what that does is it gives you a control for the opacity of a color. So the fill is this and the opacity is default, but when I click on the words opacity default, it opens up the opacity controller, and then I can see through this if I give it a lower opacity, like 80%. So maybe I should go down, and here I'll click in the field and just use the down arrow. So I'm going 1% at a time, and then if I hold the shift key down, I'll go in tens. So we can bring it up. Now the point of telling you that is so that you can see you have flexibility, you can layer shapes. You can also take this shape and start cutting and carving it, carving pieces away. So I'm going to move a copy of it over here. So that's safe over there. And then with this one, I'm going to use the eraser tool. So this is the eraser. And the eraser is tiny right now, I think. I think it's tiny. I'm pressing the caps lock key to see if I can see the eraser shape, because it's not changing. Oh, now it is. So now you see that it's like really, you see that circle? That's an eraser. So that now, oddly, even though it's vector, and you wouldn't think you can erase vector, this seems like a mistake happening right now, but it's really not a mistake. Okay, so I just erased a piece from that, and now if you line these up again together, which is possible to do, okay, I'm just going to do it freehand, you can see you can start carving shapes out from other shapes. So you don't have to hand draw everything that you think you have to hand draw. And because you have layers, you can hide and show and control. You may want to be spending a fair amount of time playing with these tools if you haven't done so and you want to start making original art. Make sure when you're doing your self-assigning of your ideas for your poster and whatnot that you are picking something that excites you. So I just hid the photo layer there. And so if you start looking at this art as color on top of color, where do you see pieces? And you can keep duplicating things and actually erasing. Now, in terms of drawing a shape like this loop here and this loop, you could use the pen tool, but you could also just use circles. So I'm going to hide these two. And again, using my guides. So I didn't do hide guides, I just hid those guides. So I can still see the guides. And then I'll draw the outside one from the corner. And I will cut it, Command X. It's sitting on the clipboard, and then I'll bring a guide down for the inner one. And that's close enough. I'm not going to get too finicky while you're sitting there watching, and I'll draw the inside one. All right, so now I want to put the one I made and cut behind it, Command B, and then select them both. And then you can use the Pathfinder to remove the front. Minus front, click. Okay, show these other things. So, you can draw a turtle this way. You can draw anything this way. As you start to define and change the opacities of elements and bring them up and down, adding, shifting your colors. There are definitely a lot of advantages to really learning how to find your own style in Illustrator. The main thing is you kind of want to start drawing from the outside in. So if you're drawing a head, you want to draw the outside shape, larger, smaller shapes in, smaller shapes in. All right, so I'm going to stop that.